Hello friends, good morning to all of you. This is Dr. Kanak Saxena, Genetics and Plant Breeding Department. In today's video lecture, we are going to talk about the biparental mating designs, trial analysis and quadrial analysis. Before coming to the point, we all know that the selection of parents on the basis of phenotypic performance is not sound procedure because phenotypic superior lines gives poor recombinance in this aggregating population, and the choice of parents always on the basis of their genetic value, and we have several techniques to know the genetic diversity of the parents, what are the good parents, so that we can choose such parents in our hybridization program. In this technique we include the dial analysis, partial dial, trial, quadrial and biparental. These two are already covered in our previous video lectures, and in today's lecture we are going to cover these three analysis. Now our first analysis is biparental cross analysis. It is also known as biparental mating design. Okay, this concept first time developed by Comstock and Robinson in 1948 and 1952. In this cross analysis, the plants are randomly selected in F2 generation. Suppose these are two parents, these pure line having contrasting characters. By crossing we get F1 generation, and by selfing F1 we get the F2 generation, and so on. So the selection of plants should be taken from the F2 or subsequent generations. Okay, this analysis include full sieve and half sieve progenies. That's why we called it biparental. Okay, both type of parents. The biparental cross analysis gives information about the two genetic parameters, additive and dominant. It does not provide any information about the epistatic component like additive dominant or dominant genetic parameters. Biparental cross analysis include three type of mating design: NCD1, North Carolina design 1, NCD2 and NCD3. Let's come to the first mating design, North Carolina design 1. It is a very popular multi-purpose design used for both theoretical and practical plant breeding applications, and most commonly used for the estimation of additive and dominance variances, as well as for the evaluation of the full sieve and half sieve recurrent selections. In this analysis, 5 plants are randomly selected from the F2 or subsequent generations, in which one plant acts as the male parent and other 4 act as a female parent, and the one male is crossed with the remaining 4 parents. In this, the set of 4 sieve families thus produce and constitute a male group. Suppose the male parent is crossed with this female parent P1, P2, P3 and P4. Okay, and the another male parent second is crossed with the another 4 female parent P5, P6, P7 and P7. This male group 1 and 2 constitute a male group, P1 to P8 constitute a female group, and this one is crossed with these 4. It constitute a set, a complete set of full sieve families. Okay, full sieve in which both parents are common, and half sieve means only one parent is common in the cross. In this, a female parent is used only for one mating, while the male is used for different mating with different females. Okay, M is for F1, F2, F3 and F4. The number of female mated to each male may be more than 4 and may varies from one male to each other. It kept uniform for the statistical treatment. Now there are two fractions occur: variance due to male or variance due to female. In NCD1 design, the variance among males is equal to 1/4 of additive variance. Okay, and the variance among female is equal to 1/4 of additive variance plus 1/4 of dominant variance. Now let's come to the NCD2 design. Okay, in this design, equal number of male and female are randomly selected from the F2 population, and each male is crossed with the same set of female. Okay, while in NCD1, each male is mated with a different set of females. Okay, now the total number of crosses produced in this NCD2 is M into F. Okay, M is the number of males and number of females, both are equal, and both maternal and paternal half sibs are produced. Okay, and it also separates the variance of progeny into three fractions: variance due to male, due to female, and due to male into female interaction. Okay, while in NCD1 the variance occur due to male and female. In NCD2, the variance occur due to male is equal to 1/4 of additive variance, variance due to female is 1/4 of additive variance, and variance due to male into female MF is equals to 1/4 of dominant variance. And this NCD2 design is also known as factorial design. Okay. Now let's come to the NCD3 design, and in the crossing plan it involves the P1, P2 and the F2 populations, and several plants are selected from the F2 population are designated as male, and each male parent is backcrossed with the parents, okay, P1 and P2, and produce the backcross progenies. In this analysis, the variance is divided into two fractions, and just like NCD1, the variance among the male and variance due to male and female, while in NCD1 there is only female. Okay. NCD3 design is the most useful and most powerful design compared to the NCD1 and NCD2. NCD1 is the least powerful design. Okay, and this NCD3 requires small experimental area compared to the NCD1, and obviously NCD2 they require much larger experimental area. And this NCD3 is also does not depend on the any assumptions based on the gene frequency, while the NCD1 and NCD2 depend on the one out of 8 genetical assumptions. NCD1 and NCD2 influenced by the presence of the maternal effect, while this NCD3 is free from that assumption. Now, after completion of NCD1 and NCD2 3 designs or biparental mating designs, let's talk about some advantage and disadvantage of this mating design. The advantages are this give information about the evolution of the segregating generation like F2 and later generation information, and it also gives information about the additive variance and dominant variance. While the major disadvantage is it does not give information about the epistatic variance. Okay, and it is also useful for breaking the undesirable linkage, because mating randomly selected plants in the segregating population, so it is helpful in breaking the undesirable linkages, and can be used for both self and cross pollinated species. This analysis is also based on the second order statistics, so this analysis is not that much robust. So, and also not applicable for the three-way cross, double cross and multiple crosses. Okay, though it is useful for the later generation or segregating generation, but not useful for the three-way or multiple crosses. Okay, these are the major advantage and disadvantage of biparental mating design or NCD's designs. Now here is the overall comparison of all the three NCD designs. In NCD1, each male is mated to the different group of males. Each male is mated with the different M1, F2, F3. In NCD2, each male is mated to the same group of M1, F1, M2, F2. Same group of females. In NCD3, each male is mated with the inbred parents of original cross, obviously F2, the back cross with the P1 and P2. The crosses obtained in NCD1 is F crosses, in NCD2 is MF crosses, male and female crosses, and NCD3 2M, twice of the male parent crosses. Okay, in NCD1, variance is divided into two fractions due to male and female, while in NCD2 it is divided into male, variance due to female, and due to male and female. In NCD3 it is divided into male and female. There is no female option. In NCD1, the variance due to male gives information about the additive variance, while in NCD2, male and female give information about additive variance. In NCD3, the male gives information about the additive variance. So, the additive variance information male here the male variance, and here the male and female variance, and there's the male. Actually this is very important concept, and these are the very important points which are asked in several exams, IRI PhD, in ICAR NET exams. Additive variance is governed with the which fraction, either due to male or female. So these are the quite complicated points you have to learn. And in NCD 1, variance due to female provide estimates of additive and dominance variance. Okay, while the variance due to male and female gives information about dominance variance. Male and female gives information about dominance variance. These two are similar, NCD 2 and NCD 3. Okay, NCD 1 require large area compared to the NCD 2 and NCD 3. NCD is best because it requires less experimental area. NCD 1 and 2 is influenced by the maternal effect, while NCD 3 is free from all the genetical assumptions, as I already told during the NCD 3 explanation. In NCD 1 involves the F2 plants in the crossing, NCD 2 also F2 plants in the crossing, while in NCD 3 F2 and for the back crossing P1 and P2 are required. Now all the parents are involved in the crossing program. NCD 3 is least powerful design. NCD 2 is intermediate, while NCD 3 is the most powerful and most useful design. Okay, this is all about the NCD designs and biparental design. Now after biparental mating design, let's come to the trial analysis. This analysis first time developed by the Rowley and Cockerham in 1962, and it is based on all the possible 3B crosses. 3B crosses or complex crosses that involves the 3 parents. Like when we cross P1, P2, we get the F1 parent, and this F1 we cross with the another inbred line. Okay, trial analysis gives information about the epistatic component of variance, while the other biometrical technique like DILL, partial DILL and intertester does not give information about the epistatic component of variance. These are the advantages of the trial analysis, that it gives information about the epistatic component of variance. Also it gives information about the order in which parents should be crossed for obtaining the superior segregants. Okay, so this is all about the trial analysis. It is based on the 3-way crosses and gives information about the epistatic component of variance developed by Rowling and Cockerham, and it gives information about the order in which parents should be crossed. Now after trial analysis, let's come to the quadrilateral analysis. This is also developed by the Rowling Cockerham in 1962, and this analysis is based on the double cross hybrids, which are the first generation progeny of a cross between two unrelated F1. So it involves 4 parents. This analysis required 2 cropping seizure for generating the experimental material, and the quadrilateral analysis is more demanding compared to the trial analysis in terms of number of crosses, because in quadrilateral analysis number of crosses obtained is more compared to the trial analysis, and there is a restriction in quadrilateral analysis that not one parent is appear, okay, not more than once during the hybrid combinations. Okay, and otherwise quadrilateral and trial analysis, both the whole procedure and complete ANOVA and biometrical technique is similar. Okay, except trial analysis is based on the 3-way cross, and quadrilateral is double cross hybrids. So this is all about the biparental mating designs, NCD 1, 2, 3, and trial analysis and quadrilateral analysis.